Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast where for pro wrestling in 2019, Drake and Future said it best. What a time to be alive. It's Lost in the Midcard. We are back. We had a little summer vacation, took last week off. We had a lot of stuff going on, still a lot of stuff going on, but we made it back this week. We figured we didn't really need to preview the shows, but we needed it to definitely review the shows that happened this past weekend. We got Extreme Rules from the WWE and Fight for the Fallen from AEW. And Raw and SmackDown came out after that as well. So we are already setting the table for SummerSlam, which is a little earlier, I think, normally. It's in mid-August this year. So 4 weeks from now, so almost about 3.5 weeks now once you listen to the podcast. But SummerSlam already set the table for that. So we'll talk about all that. Got a long list of headlines as well to cover over the past week, and so we got to get right to it. But first, thank you to SpiderDuck.net for being our host, enabling us to be on iTunes, Spotify, and any of your favorite podcasting apps. What you got to do is search for Lost in the Midcard, hit that subscribe button. That way you know when an episode comes your way. Typically, new episodes come your way every Wednesday, but this one pushed back a day. We are doing this one here on a Thursday, so it's always good to subscribe so you know when that new episode comes your way. You can also subscribe on the YouTube, and the links to all that are on our Facebook page. Go to facebook.com/LostInTheMidcard. Or you can hit us up on the Twitter at LITMC Podcast. Go to the pinned post there. You can find all of our subscription links and all that fun stuff. We also share a lot of the great tweets from the wrestling world as well there on the Twitter. I'm your host, Jeremy Bennett. You can find me on the Twitter at JBHuskers. Matt, he is still on assignment this week. He's still on summer vacation, but you can follow him on the Twitter at RawF Showtime. Make sure to do so. We may hopefully get him back here next week. But on the show, as always, our co-host, he's on the Twitter at No One Like D, Mr. Daryl Bullock. Daryl, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm glad to be back. Let's talk some wrestling, dude.
Yeah, it's only been 2 weeks, but it seems like 2 years, right?
Yeah, pretty much. There's so much has gone on in a 2-week span.
First off, let's kick it off with Fight for the Fallen. Happened at Daly's Place, which is adjacent to the football field where the Jacksonville Jaguars play. Daly's Place, that amphitheater, that's a pretty cool setup there, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Like, I didn't know they had anything like that, especially put a wrestling ring. Mm-hmm. The setup was awesome.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a good place. If it's a good place to be able to do TV, especially in the wintertime. I mean, it looked like people are pretty hot as fuck down there for this weekend's show. So the other side of the coin, I don't know if it, I don't know if it'd be good for TV, but it sounds like they might be touring anyway. So for TV, so
right.
I don't know what they're doing there, but definitely a place to go back to. Sometime for a show, because that was a pretty sweet venue for sure. On the buy-in, a shorter buy-in than normal, went about 45 minutes as opposed to an hour for Fyter Fest. We saw Sonny Kiss defeat Peter Avalon. So if you've never seen Sonny Kiss wrestle before, you were in for a treat. That was a hell of a display by Sonny Kiss there, wasn't it, Daryl?
Yeah, it was. I've seen him wrestle in New Jersey for Capital Wrestling. Yeah, talented dude, man.
Not a good start for the Librarians, though, huh? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where they were, like, what the plan was for these guys to start with, but I think they saw some of the negative stuff, so then they're like, sweet, we can make them heels, and this will work. Heels that apparently everybody beats so far. So, yeah, I like the Librarian gimmick. I don't hate it. So, I think it works pretty well.
It's not bad. I mean, it's entertainment.
It's pretty good as a heel. Heel thing too.
Yeah.
Well, except Leva didn't want to cheat for Peter, like Peter cheated for Leva at Fyter Fest. So. Then we had women's tag action after that with the debut of Bea Priestley. She was tagging with the debut of another one of the Joshi women, Shoku Nakajima, as they took on Britt Baker and Riho. And kind of a surprise to see Riho take the pin after that big win against Nyla Rose. And I can't remember who else she faced in that triple threat match, but it's kind of odd to see her take the pin there, wasn't it?
No, I wasn't surprised, considering they were trying to show off B. Priestley.
Nakajima looked pretty impressive too, as well, didn't he?
Very much so.
Yeah, so hopefully we get to see a little more of her in the coming days here of AEW. And so now we head to the main show. Jim Ross makes his way out to the arena, and we start off with the opening match, a 6-man tag match. Once I heard that these three guys were getting paired together in a 6-man tag, Joey Janela, Darby Allin, and Jimmy Havoc, I was pretty fucking excited, weren't you, Daryl?
They listen to us.
Three guys that know how to fuck shit up.
Right.
And then they gave us the interesting, on the other side of the coin, Sammy Guevara, MJF, and oddly enough, putting Sean Spears on that team because obviously kayfabe, and in real life, but kayfabe as well, MJF is best friends with Cody Rhodes, so he wasn't happy what Sean Spears did at Fyter Fest with the chair shot. But I did dig the chairman T-shirt though, and
I think I want that.
They made the announcer announce him as the chairman of AEW, so I think that's a good heel move, don't you think?
Yeah, makes so much sense, especially when All Out coming up.
I think the match with Cody Rhodes definitely made Darby Allin a star because when he tagged in, that place popped, didn't it?
Yeah, it sure did.
It was a pretty good match, and the bad guys getting the win. Obviously, with Sean Spears getting the pinfall, make him look strong going into All Out as we assume he's going to take on Cody Rhodes. So, but that was a great opener, wasn't it?
Yeah, they started to show off right with that one. My favorite part was actually when MJF did the Ty Dillinger 10 and then gave him the middle fingers. That was hilarious.
That was great. A lot of props given to Joey Janela too for his work against Jon Moxley. The crowd appreciated him as well. So that was a real cool team they put together there, and also obviously gave us a good dynamic with Sean Spears and MJF because they clearly didn't get along. So they showed Shad Khan, who is the father of Tony Khan, also the owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars and has a lot of money. Then they showed Calais Campbell, who plays football for the Jags, and then the Farrah brothers, who Farrah and Farrah were the sponsors, and the Farrah brothers looked a little lit, didn't they?
Yeah, they had a couple of frosty beverages.
They showed Private Party at ringside, and Jabali was not invited to the private party, so he got booted out of his seat. Poor Jabali. Next up was Allie against Brandy Rhodes, and surprise, surprise, Brandy Rhodes brings along Awesome Kong to be with her at ringside. What do you think about this? This is such a weird dynamic to me that Cody is basically babyface, but Brandy's not.
I've seen it before. I want to say I saw it with Punk and AJ. I want to say that. But I've seen it somewhere before where, one of the couple is actually heel and the other one's face.
This match was okay. Brandy still needs a little bit of work, but she's working hard. So
yeah,
she's working hard in more than just pro wrestling, the business side of things too. So and she's only wrestled for a few years. So, but definitely a little work. It was not smooth, as they say, but Brandy Rhodes getting the win. With the bionic spear because she has a plate in her collarbone there. I like how they call that the bionic spear. After the match, as Allie and Kong are celebrating, and Kong was probably going to do an implant buster on Allie, some music hits, and Aja Kong comes out. And we get a stare down between Awesome Kong and Aja Kong, which... that means that's gonna be a hell of an all-out match, isn't it?
Yeah, that's her mentor.
Yep. That's gonna be fun. Next up is the triple threat tag team match. The winner of the match will get a kind of a boost towards the first round bye, or I don't think this was for the first round bye, but a boost towards it. I think the winners take on the best friends at All Out, and they get the winner of the All Out match gets a first round bye on television once that starts. If I'm incorrect, I'm sure people will let me know, but I think that's how this is all set up. Is the winner here will get the best friends at All Out, and then the winner of that All Out match will get a bye in the tournament. Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy and Jack Evans and Angelico and the Dark Order were the three teams in this match, and Marco Stunt. So Jungle Boy's on the shoulders of Luchasaurus, and then Marco Stunt goes onto the shoulders of Jungle Boy. So it's a little boy and his boy. I tell you what, I was impressed. I was impressed thoroughly with the hot tag of Luchasaurus in this match. I thought Luchasaurus looked fantastic in this match.
Oh, that dude was awesome in the ring, man.
I don't think we got to see as much out of Angelico and Jack Evans as we normally would.
No, and that's, you know what, that's what kind of irritated me, because that was one of the matches I wanted to see, and I was very impressed by them at Double or Nothing.
Yeah. So
I actually wanted to see them work.
Yeah. And once again, just like last 2 weeks ago in the Fyter Fest 4-way, Jungle Boy also looking solid. That's going to be a team to reckon with in AEW for a long time. And the kids are going to love them too. They got a new a new shirt came out just recently, a little cartoon type a boy and his dinosaur shirt. So
I think that match right there pretty much showed off Jungle Boy and what he's about.
Yep. Then on top of that, the end of the match was pretty damn good. Just the finishing move from the Dark Order was pretty cool, I thought, and they call that the fatality. As Uno pinned Jungle Boy to get the win there, so Dark Order will face the best friends at All Out. Hangman and Kip Sabian. You know, I knew it was going to be a good match going in. I didn't even realize both guys were 27 years old. I didn't even realize that. Never was this going to be in doubt, so I kind of thought this went a little long. It almost went 20 minutes, and I thought that was a little long considering we know that Paige ain't losing this match.
Yeah, but they wanted to show off Kip Sabian too more.
Yeah.
Considering he was only on Double or Nothing, and he wasn't on Fyter Fest.
Yeah, he was just in the commentary booth for the 4-way.
Yeah.
But after 19 minutes, Paige hits the Deadeye on Kip Sabian for the win. After the match, one of the Dark Order creepers comes out. We all know who that is. If you haven't been paying attention for the past 2 years, you know that's Chris Jericho.
Facts.
Busted open Paige the hard way too.
Yeah, what do you got? You got busted on the kicks?
Yeah, that's what he said on Being the Elite. Paige said they were backstage tending to the cut, and he said one of the kicks.
Yeah, he gave him a nice shiner.
Yep. So a little cheap attack to build towards the first ever AEW Championship match that's coming up here on August 31st.
Can't wait.
Next up, SCU.
SCU.
And the Lucha Brothers. This was a hell of a tag team match, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What was going into it as a respectful match kind of turned ugly afterwards as the Lucha Brothers got the victory. And then attacked SCU with ladders. And as you'll see on as we talk about Being the Elite here after this, SCU not too happy after getting disrespected. And why did the Lucha Brothers pull out a ladder? Because they're challenging the Young Bucks to a ladder match at All Out. Oh boy. That's going to be sick.
That's going to be a hell of a match.
I love the gold and black branded AEW ladders.
Oh yeah, I was wondering like if we going to see these, if we going to see that at All Out?
I missed the tables from Double or Nothing though. those nice sounding tables they had. They went back to just the generic table, you know.
Yeah, might be more cost effective.
But I'm assuming this won't be the last time we hear between SCU and the Lucha Brothers now after the disrespect that the brothers showed SCU.
That's gonna make it interesting, though. It leads me to wonder if they participate in that match with the Bucks.
Oh, if it's a triple threat? Ooh.
Yeah, only reason I think that
or
is
if they
because
get involved, or if they just get involved, yeah.
Yeah, I just think they're going to be around some way, shape, form, or fashion. I mean, you look at the other tag teams, like you said, Dark Order and Best Friends,
Yeah.
you know, for the tag titles. But who do you put against SCU to the point where to that caliber?
You know what I'd do is I would do an 8-man tag match, and I would put SCU and Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus and team them up against Private Party and another tag team.
That might be interesting.
I'm trying to think of another tag team, though.
Your boy,
Like
Jack Evans and Angelico?
I was thinking maybe a bigger team, but I guess like a bigger team. Like, you know, SCU's kind of bigger guys.
What you mean, size-wise?
Yeah. But I guess Angelico and Jack Evans could fit that.
Yeah, I'm trying. I mean, do they have another tag team that can do that though?
Yeah, I don't know. That'd be a sweet 8-man though. Make
Yeah,
it
it would.
make it a 10-man and throw someone in there and put CD in there and make it a 10-man.
Yeah, that is true.
And throw a singles wrestler that isn't on the card, you know, and just have yourself a 10-man. That'd be fun. 10-man tornado tag match. Hell, all the AEW tag matches are tornado matches anyways, so.
Pretty much.
You probably, I don't know if you'll agree with me on this, but the general public is agreeing that match of the night was probably Chima against Kenny Omega.
I have to go back and watch that match because I was actually fixing my food.
Oh.
When I have to seriously go back and watch it.
I think that was clear cut match of the night. Now, Bucks and the Brotherhood was very good too.
It was,
but I don't think anything came close to Cima and Omega for match of the night. So it was damn good. I think it came probably the closest would have been the triple threat tag match. So
yeah,
I think it was clear cut that Omega and Chima were the best match of the night. So.
You know what though? I'm starting to realize a lot of people. I still see criticism online with folks with AEW as they hold it up to WWE, but for what it is, an alternative, it's good.
Oh yeah, it's exciting. And if you follow Being the Elite, there's stories that are being told. Those stories are then soon going to be told every week on TNT. Plus, it was confirmed that Being the Elite is going to continue in October through October. It's just going to probably be shorter.
Right.
So Being the Elite will still continue on top of TV and everything. So, but Being the Elite was the conduit for creative going into All Out or All In and Double or Nothing and all these shows. Before TV has existed here in literally 3 months' time. So, Omega finished off Chima with a second V-trigger into the One-Winged Angel after 22 and a half minutes of amazing action. Yes, just watch it. Just watch it. Watch Jim Ross's reaction to Omega's Snapdragon suplex. And the two gentlemen. Camera kind of cut away from this, but the two gentlemen did embrace after the match. And then a big ovation for both gentlemen after that amazing match. Now, we all knew Jericho was going to be at Fight for the Fallen, so we were like, oh, was that what was going to be? No, Jericho wanted to talk. He came out in his rockin' Judas jacket and scarf and top hat, and and decided to talk. He still had the blood of Hangman Page on his hands. And he's still looking for his thank you, by the way. And while the fans started chanting "Thank you, Jericho," and he's like, "I don't want it from you, jackasses." He called the city Jerksonville or Jackoffville. That was
Jackoffville. That was hilarious.
First, he called it Jerksonville, but Jackoffville had a better ring to it, I think. He said that a thank you doesn't mean anything because he's going to beat up everybody in AEW, starting with Hangman Page, and. He says, that of course he beat Kenny Omega at Double or Nothing, and he watched the Battle Royal to see who he would face, and he wondered if it would be the guy with no legs or Joey Janela, a guy with a cigarette stapled to his forehead. And he goes, it's one of the hottest products in AEW, Hangman Page, and it's just going to be another notch on the belt of Jericho. The belt of Jericho. Hold up your pants, man. But the interesting part is, he goes, if he loses to Hangman, it may be the beginning of the end of AEW and the beginning of the end of his illustrious career. He goes, I have to beat Hangman, and he says it repeatedly. So it's going to be interesting to see what we get out of Jericho if and when he loses it all out. I mean, obviously he's not done.
Right.
We know he's got a 5-year deal. He's 49, but he look at him. He looks like he can go 5 more years.
Yeah, you can.
So it'll be interesting to see how Jericho acts if Hangman Page beats him. I would fully expect Page to beat him, but I said it on this show like several months ago. I go, I would not hate if they make. I mean, Page is one of the elite guys, so it'd be. Granted, he does deserve it, but it would to make a bona fide worldwide star like Jericho your first champion is not a bad thing either, is it?
No, it's not at all, not one bit at all.
Mm-hmm. And Jericho as a heel champion is going to be good for the business.
Yeah, because I figure if you give Jericho the belt first, of course,
Omega,
Hangman comes back and win out. Or I mean,
we got Omega Jericho 3 yet.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say this. How about this? What if it's, let's just say timeline wise, let's have Page win. Let's have Jericho win it first. Page comes back and beat him. You could still get Omega Jericho on the back burner.
Yeah.
While Page is still champion. You get MJF and Page.
Yep. Oh yeah, that's clearly going to keep going.
Absolutely. Then MJF takes it off of Page. You probably get Omega Page. Omega MJF.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a cycle. You have so many. You got Cody, you got MJF, you got Darby Allin. I mean, you got a nice roster who you can pretty much build around as regards to who you want your champion to be. And I'm pretty sure they're gonna have like a TV title or some intermediate title.
Yeah, they'll have to. Oh, I'd love it to be a TV title. That's what I wanted NXT to do because, it's old school. Television title. NWA, WCW did it back in the day, and I would love to see the television title kind of make a return to pro wrestling. Good promo by Jericho, and out comes Hangman Page. It's still battered and bruised and attacks Jericho, and all the referees and officials like Jerry Lynn come out, even wrestlers such as Daniels and Peter Avalon come out to try to break up. Yeah, he wasn't doing much shushing there. Great promo by Jericho. Jericho's the best, and I'm glad he's in AEW, man.
You know what? That's perfect for that. I think AEW is perfect for a lot of people to show themselves off. Like, really, dude.
Brotherhood against the Bucks. Let's just start up right off, Daryl, with props to Dustin Rhodes because he looked tremendous.
Yeah,
the dude's 50. Jericho's going to be 49, and
dude, look at CD,
and CD's 49. And in no way, shape, or form do I want those guys to leave the business anytime soon.
Not at all.
Dustin hung in there with those kids, didn't he?
Yeah, he sure did, man.
I think I even admitted, I'm repeating myself, at Dustin Rhodes. please stick around a few more. If it makes you happy, wrestle a few more years for us, please, in AEW, because I want to see it. I want to see a run. I want to see a title run. One of these, I want to see a push for the title. One last ride, like it says on his Tron there. And speaking of which, some of the Trons are getting kind of put. We say Tron because that's a WWE term, but I think that's going to be it's almost a universal term anyway.
Let's just say vignettes.
Well, Tron is easier to say on a podcast, so. There's some cool stuff they're doing there with Jerichos and Omegas and Hangman Page with the horse, and they got some pretty cool videos they're putting together for the entrances there. If you caught that on Double or Nothing or Double or Nothing.
Oh yeah, like the first like they had a couple like basic things for wrestlers, but I think they're improving, man.
Yeah.
Like I think the longer, the more shows we see, the more TV time, etc. Like things are going to improve. So for folks to think that, the production quality or it doesn't look like WWE or it doesn't compare to WWE, give them time, man.
So he said the announcers pointed out that Nick Jackson turns 30 soon and Dustin's been wrestling for 30 years. It's insane. Yeah, I don't know what he intends to do, but I really hope that I assume he probably will be an agent when he hangs it up for good, but I don't want him to hang it up for good just yet. I want him to get in there and mix it up with some of those guys in the company.
Yeah, I mean it'd be nice. I mean, especially he has. I mean, trust me. It's one thing. It's like a football player or a boxer. Sometimes you just can't hang it up that fast.
Yeah, and he's in probably some of the best shape of his career. Because probably in his heyday he was, a lot of demons, so he probably wasn't in a good shape.
I've seen Dustin when he first was introduced in WCW. WCW.
Me too. Me too.
So you've seen
that's the in shape Dustin, yeah. And Goldust was kind of the
War Games Dustin.
Mm-hmm. And that was in Jacksonville, Florida, I believe.
Yeah, it was.
But yeah, the Goldust years were kind of his demons were kind of surfacing, but now he just looks phenomenal, man. I want him to keep going. How about that? A stable of old guys, Jericho and CD and Dustin. They like combine age for 150. But they whoop they whoop all the young boys' asses.
Yeah, but you need that though. You seriously need that. You need that locker room. You need that locker room presence just to show the young guys how it's done.
Yeah. What did you think of this tag match going over half an hour?
That was perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, you think about it. The AEW is trying to be strong in tag team wrestling.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? You see a lot of singles matches that can go for 20, 30, 40, even an hour. You don't see too many tag matches that go that long.
Surprised Cody took the pen?
No. Only reason I say that is because Cody's a company guy. Cody's one of those guys that will take the pen. He don't care. He's not all about himself. He just wants the product to be just as good as possible.
Yeah, that was good.
That's why you think he went to draw with Darby Allin?
Oh, like I said, that was my match. That was almost my match of the night right there.
Dude, you know how much I love Darby.
Yeah. I completely forgot he's married to Priscilla Kelly.
Yeah.
She's a favorite of mine too. I was so happy when she was in the Mae Young Classic.
Yeah, like there's so many couples out there between Britt and Adam and what's her face, Leva and Will Ospreay. Yeah. Like, yeah.
Ricochet and Katie Catanzaro.
Yeah. Like, honestly, I mean, you might as well marry somebody that's a wrestler so they understand your schedule.
The man and the man's man.
Yep. Mox and Renee.
Cody grabbed the mic and says you can't counter program AEW like WWE tried to with Evolve. Trust me, I did keep an eye on Twitter during it, and Evolve, WWE's Evolve event, never reached higher than 4th trending in the United States, where Fight for the Fallen was literally first the entire night. So if that tells you something, WWE trying to counter program AEW It didn't work, at least in the social media that WWE held such a high regard for. I bet you didn't. I bet you ain't going to see graphics that WWE Evolve beat out everybody on Saturday, are you? No, because they didn't beat out everybody. It looks like we're running low on time. They wanted to I think they wanted to do something about talking about tag teams and stuff, but the music started hitting. Kenny Omega came out, and they're like, oh, well, I guess we're out of time. Yep, that means it's time to present the check to the VAAC to help those that were affected with gun violence in the Jacksonville area. $150,000 was raised from Fight for the Fallen, so great stuff there. Kenny then closed it out and says, it's my normal closing is not going to be good for this sort of thing, so instead of bang, we're going to say boing. That was kind of a good audible by Kenny Omega. I didn't even think about that. I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. That might not be good for what we're doing.
That wasn't the right thing to do.
So good show all around. Let me see. Did I put up a poll for this? I don't know if I did. I don't think I did. And I didn't put up a poll for Extreme Rules because I wasn't home on Sunday. I didn't watch Extreme Rules till Monday before Raw. So we'll talk about Extreme Rules next. But first, being the Elite this week, did you catch backstage at Fight for the Fallen?
I sure did.
Jerry Lynn talking to the Bucks, and let's make fun of the my older brother. Jerry Lynn is like, what the fuck? I should have stayed in NXT. Oh wait, no. We see Matt and Nick and Mrs. Matt touring the Daily's place. God, that's such a cool freaking venue, man.
You know what? If they do another show there in the upcoming year, I wouldn't mind taking a trip.
They were talking about how I didn't even realize they were talking about how they molded this off of a South Park episode.
Yeah, Tony Khan's vision was from South Park.
That is fucking hilarious. But it is a cool little joint, and the Bucks are talking about it, and they're literally, they talk about the little video board, and they literally walked like 20 feet, and there's the is it TIAF field or something like that, whatever. TIAA Bank field.
I don't care. They're not winning anything anyway.
Yeah, Jacksonville Jaguars. Hey, I don't even know who their quarterback is anymore.
Is
it Foles? Is it Nick Foles?
Yep. Super Bowl MVP Nick Foles.
Yeah. So they definitely ain't winning anything anymore.
No, he only had that magic with us. He ain't on my team no more.
See, it's literally connected to the Jacksonville Jaguars stadium. I mean, they walked like 20 feet, and there you are. Sammy Guevara in the hallway running into Brandon Cutler, and asked if that was his gear, if he's wrestling tonight. No, he talks about how his wife is the seamstress for a lot of the wrestlers, and so he's carrying the gear of other wrestlers, and MJF just lost his shit. MJF's reaction was great. And then Sammy Guevara, after his Brandon Cutler's walking away, called him a nerd. That's a buy-in fight if I have ever seen one.
I think that yeah. But you know what I see though? I see. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this personally, and I would ask Matt if he was here. With WWE, they get as much time allotted, and WWE is WWE; they do what they want to do. But with AEW, whether it's their shows, do you think that All Out will be a controlled time?
Yeah. Well, they had to get off at a certain time, so they probably.
Yeah, that's my question though. Will that hurt them though?
Yeah, I don't know. It depends. They gotta time manage it well, because I mean, Fight for the Fallen was almost a 4-hour show minus the buy-in. So
I'm trying to figure out. Well, you may know more than me.
Whoa! No. Breaking news.
What's going on?
Earlier in the week, it was revealed that Shawn Spears is going to get a manager, and on the very first edition of AEW's Road to All Out, which I have not watched because it must have just came out, Tully Blanchard is revealed as Shawn Spears' manager.
Ooh!
Breaking news right here out of off of Road to All Out. We'll talk about the Road to All Out next week on the show, but that is breaking news right there, boys. I knew there was an article that there was going to be a manager for Spears, and it was just revealed on the Road to All Out. How about that? Tully Blanchard. Now get your daughter over there, man.
Well, I know she'll probably she'll dominate. Can you imagine Tessa, the Japanese women, and Awesome and Ajikon?
Man, Tessa, she main evented Slammiversary.
I love Tessa.
I heard that match was pretty good, actually.
I actually watched it. It was.
Man, Tully Blanchard.
I would have preferred to have been Arn, but Arn's more behind the scenes type of guy.
Yeah. I don't think Arn's not with AEW yet either. So
no, he said that he wouldn't mind doing it, but they're not in talks right now. I think they still have I think WWE has a certain clause with him.
Oh, 90 days or something.
Yeah, I think it's something like that. But I read somewhere, or I think I heard somewhere, that he was interested, and if they offer, then yeah. But he, at that time, this is around Double or Nothing when Starrcast, he said that they had nothing's in stone yet.
Oh, yeah, I figure he might eventually land there with his relationship with the Rhodes, though.
Oh, absolutely.
Tully Blanchard. Man, it's weird because he's not really had a wrestling role. Has he?
He was at All Out, remember?
Yeah, but,
I mean All In. I'm sorry,
but I mean a role like this.
Nah, not really.
No, he was part of that. He was part of that entourage. He was part of the Nightmare entourage. Yeah.
Yeah. But he's kind of low key.
But a manager, wow, that's gonna be cool to see. We haven't seen him involved in wrestling like that in a long, long time. So that's pretty cool. Back to being the Elite. MJF's reaction though was fucking priceless. About what carrying other people's gear.
I love MJF, dude.
We this is backstage at Fight for the Fallen, so we see a lot of the behind the scenes footage. Marco Stunt's hanging out in the hallway, and MJF thinks it's a little boy that's lost, so he was gonna help him go find his parents.
That shit was funny. That shit was hilarious.
Oh my god, MJF is gold.
You know who he reminds me of? Like a modern day Miz.
Yeah. Well, when I first saw him on when we actually had some time and I actually got to watch. I had time to watch MLW, and I first saw MJF for the first time. You know, my first thought was a combination of mainly EC3 and kind of, I think Miz maybe. I know EC3 was part of it too, so it might maybe have been EC3 and Miz. But we're in the library, and how cool is it that Peter Avalon works out with books as weights? Peter's not feeling the whole librarian gimmick, but Leva loves it. So I wonder where this is going. Don't know, but he's in love, so maybe he'll do it for love. We see the Lucha Brothers get on the ladder and talk about the challenge they laid down. And backstage interview with SCU, and they're pissed. They are not happy. The fun and games are over. They are very upset at Lucha Brothers for disrespecting them after that match, and I love the fire out of SCU out of that interview.
Yo, Kazarian went off.
There were a few cussy words there. A few cussy words were said.
Cussy.
That was a great promo. I mean, you don't normally see SCU that pissed. You know,
they're arrogant, maybe obnoxious, but not never pissed.
You know, they're annoyed because this is the worst town they've
That
ever been in. Hangman Page taking a piss, and Rick Knox is washing his hands, and Hangman goes, "You want to see a horse's cock?"
What the fuck is wrong with him?
Just kidding. And he pats him on the shoulder without washing his hands in the bathroom, and Rick's like, "Hey, no, wash your hands." Why? 1, 2. This whole disqualification for real life things, I fucking love it.
Rick Knox, they just let him run away with things. I love it. I love how AEW just includes everybody.
The disqualification, it started with Matt Jackson littering at the airport, and then the unsafe riding of Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy in the Jeep, and now Hangman Page not washing his hands in the bathroom. I love it. I just love the disqualification count out. And the best part was Hangman Page like literally sprinting to the sink to wash his hands because he didn't want to get disqualified.
Now with you.
That was great. Then we go behind the scenes of, as I mentioned earlier, behind the scenes Adam Page getting cleaned up after getting busted open. He talks about how one of the kicks caught him in the face right below the eye. You see a nice shiner. They kind of check him for concussions and ask him what his middle name is and all that stuff. And he's okay apparently because, he came out later. So, of course, when Jericho started talking. So we get kind of different angles of that. Kind of cell phone angles of All Out, which I kind of like on Being the Elite, some different angles of the live show. Then we end the show with Nick and Matt in the same room as Cody and Dustin, and they bury the hatchet by eating each other's pizzas, I guess, or something like that. A little respect between the boys to end the show. I thought it was a pretty cool little scene there at the end, with a little show of respect between the four guys. The eating of the pizza was a little weird, but there must be something behind that I'm not getting. Maybe Matt knows. I don't know. But that's it for this edition of Being the Elite. Extreme Rules happened this Sunday, and it was a damn good pay-per-view, wasn't it?
It was awesome, dude. Like, I look forward. The fact that it's on a Saturday.
No, I'm talking about Extreme Rules now.
Oh, yeah, that was good.
Fight for the Fallen was it was good. I mean, there was a couple
they both were good.
Yeah, there's a couple of...
It was a great wrestling weekend.
Yeah. There was a couple of things in there on Fight for the Fallen, but it wasn't a perfect show by any means. And again, everybody's saying Alex Marvez needs to get out of that booth. Yes, he does. Him and JR have no cohesion whatsoever.
You know what? It seems like he's just trying too hard.
Like, him and JR have no chemistry on conversating.
I love his caliber in JR.
Mm-hmm. Hell, I thought Golden Boy did a hell of a job at
wasn't Marvez a football commentator or something?
He was a writer.
All right, dude, just stick to writing, and because everybody can't write and everybody can't talk.
I think he did radio, but
no, it seems like he just seems so out of place. I'm not gonna call him bad. He just seems so out of place.
Yeah, it's just not calling wrestling live is not
at all
not up his alley there. I did not watch the pre-show because 4 hours was enough to try to get in on Monday before Raw started. So I did miss Balor and Nakamura. They only went about 7 minutes, so rebuilding Nakamura, aren't we?
I'm happy with that.
Need to, especially if you want to keep him. I don't know when his deal's up, but he basically ran through Balor 2 matches in a row right there.
I'm here for it.
And word is Balor is going to take time off after SummerSlam. Of course, we all know. I think we're going to see who we're going to have at SummerSlam: the Fiend and the Demon.
Yes.
don't know if we'll get the demon, but we almost have to have the demon.
Dude, you gotta have the demon. We've done this before. What was the thing you sent me the other day?
The 2017
Yeah,
like how there's like 4 or 5 storylines playing out right now that were exactly going on in 2017. Brock Lesnar with the Universal titles, AJ with the US title, KO and Shane fighting, and Balor and Bray Wyatt are feuding. So it's kind of weird. So Shinsuke Nakamura, your new Intercontinental Champion. Balor really, he didn't really do anything with that title, did he?
that's because they didn't want him to do anything. Yeah. They just gave it to him just to, we need to put it on somebody's shoulder. Let's give it to Finn. Okay, cool. Yay.
Yeah, the Marks will be happy, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Then the Cruiserweight Championship was next. Tony Nese and Drew Gulak rematch for Nese to try to get it back his title. And that also went about 7.5 minutes with Drew Gulak retaining. From what I heard, it was a pretty solid match, even though it was fairly short. I heard 205 Live this week was good too. So
I haven't watched it. I'm very into. I'll probably watch it tomorrow while I'm at work.
I heard Chad Gable and Jack Gallagher was outstanding.
Works for me.
I will have to check that out. Main show live from Philly. You know it's gonna be a rowdy crowd. We're gonna start it off with this tag match, aren't we? Shane McMahon, Drew McIntyre against Roman Reigns and The Undertaker. This might have been the best match of the night.
To me, it was. And you know what? To be honest with you, JB, I'm going to say this one thing. For the past month or two, I've been kind of like shitty towards WWE, and
we all have.
Yeah, we have. And pretty much, what have you told me, JB? You like, nah, I'm not going to watch it live. I'm going to watch it the next day. And I've pretty much said I'll go to sleep on it. I'll watch the rest, whatever. To be honest with you, in a long time, probably since WrestleMania, this has been the first pay-per-view that I've actually thought in my brain that I've actually just been anxious to watch, because I actually thought it was going to be good with the changes that were made in Gorilla.
Yeah, well, Bischoff hasn't officially taken over yet. Possibly next week.
But I know what Heyman's about.
Yeah, Heyman. Yeah, and it's Philly, so.
Yeah, and you know he's going to come out like swinging for the fences.
Yeah, and man, it was a damn good show. It was a good effort. It was a great effort. Yeah, I'll watch SummerSlam live. Don't worry about that.
Oh, absolutely, you got to.
Undertaker wiped that shit taste out of his mouth of the Goldberg match. He looked fucking great. Hey, Taker, you want to go a few more years, don't you? I don't know if he wants to. But shit, if you're only working 3 matches or 4 matches a year, why not? It's a hell of a contract. I thought we were gonna. This still could go this way because obviously KO and Shane is the direction for SummerSlam. I'm wondering if we are leading towards a Drew McIntyre Undertaker SummerSlam match. I don't know, but it felt like that was the way it was gonna go. But then after this week, it didn't have that feel at all. But Drew just being the lackey of Shane right now, as he tries to, calm down Stone Cold Kevin Owens.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, seriously, Raw, we'll talk about this in a minute, but Raw's having that reunion on Monday. I put this on Twitter.
Is it this Monday?
Yeah.
Coming?
Yeah, this Monday. I put on Twitter, I want to see synchronized stunners between Austin and KO.
Dude, I think that, you know what? I honestly think that's going to possibly happen. It's going to be something. It's going to be a segment with KO and Stone Cold. Yes.
Yeah. Well, because KO and Austin have talked for almost. KO and Austin have talked a lot since KO started in the WWE. So KO has gone to Austin for a lot of things, I know, in the business and such. And I'm pretty sure he probably went to Steve and wanted to bring the stunner back. And Steve said, "Oh, hell yeah." And dude, the best part of the match was when Shane went coast to coast on the Undertaker, drug him to the middle of the ring, and went to pin him, and he sat up. Oh, that was so good. That was like one of the best sit-ups in a long time from the Undertaker.
That was classic, man. We ain't seen one of those in a long time.
After that setup, it was good. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night for McIntyre and Shane. as Shane gets hit with a tombstone as Roman Reigns saves the Undertaker with a spear. That was a pretty cool interception as well.
That was my favorite part.
Yeah, that was a sweet interception by Roman Reigns. Very good match, and I would have to say best match of the night.
Absolutely. And and another thing is, I'll say this: you knew it was going to be something, especially when that made that match the first match of the night.
Yeah. I was surprised. I started watching it. I think I started watching it Sunday after I got back from the bar, and I did not make it much more than 20 minutes into the match or into the pay-per-view. So I finished the first match in the afternoon on Monday. And next up, Raw Tag Team Championships, Revival and Usos. We know that match ain't gonna suck. Revival moving on. Of course, they had to have signed a new deal. I don't think they've ever announced it, though, have they?
What, the Revival?
Yeah.
Not sure if they did. I don't think they signed a new deal, dude.
You don't think so?
No.
They're trying to butter them up to get one?
No, I don't think they did. I haven't heard any rumblings about them. Maybe Matt can confirm it next week, but I haven't heard any rumblings of them signing. Only people I heard signing a new deal is probably the club.
Yeah, which that happened while we were gone. And then today, Braun Strowman signed a 4-year deal. We'll get into that later as well.
How long did the club sign for?
I think 5.
Okay.
Next was Cesaro and Aleister Black. I absolutely loved the reveal on SmackDown, the side-by-side camera, and Cesaro just pacing around the chair and then sitting down. I came to pick a fight with you. I love that. I just loved it. I don't know why. I just loved how they did it. I loved it, and I love this match was great. It only went 10 minutes, but
I'll say this: Cesaro ate all of that, all of that.
Good thing he had a mouthpiece.
Yeah, he ate all of that kick.
It was so funny. I mean, we're jumping ahead to SmackDown, which will end the show, but 50-50 booking sucks sometimes, but this was like a case where 50-50 booking would have worked. And I was surprised as hell to see Black just nail the black mass on Cesaro again, but
he ate, he ate all of it 2 nights in a row.
Yeah. Yeah, I did not think Cesaro was going to lose on Tuesday or Monday or whatever. Oh, it was Monday, actually, so. But, it takes time to rebuild a guy, and Heyman's there, so Cesaro will get his push soon. R-Truth and Carmella looking for Drake Maverick. And Bayley and Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss come out of the women's locker room, and Truth asks if they've seen Hornswoggle. And Alexa goes, yeah, he's in the women's locker room. And Carmella's like, don't fall for that. And then the Street Profits show up. I like the Street Profits as our show hype men. They're always entertaining when they come up on the screen.
Oh, you got to, man. You got to show your personality. Period.
I don't know.
And what's sad is, if that were Vince, 100%, Street Profits wouldn't even. No, he wouldn't even know who the hell the Street Profits were.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that means for them in NXT. They still have the titles. They're carrying them around every Sunday, every pay-per-view, and then Sunday or Monday and Tuesday that you see them. I don't know what the plan is for them wrestling wise, but it seems like everybody's enjoying them on Raw and SmackDown though with what they're doing right now.
Mm-hmm. I'm just happy that we have so many options of good wrestling nowadays.
Oh yeah.
But you know what? And I'm going to quote me on this. If you're listening, pay attention to this one statement that I'm about to make.
And quote.
If with SummerSlam coming up, and just like with WrestleMania season coming up, I'm hoping that this is just not a ploy or plot to get us excited for one of the big shows, and then we go back to bullshit.
Yeah.
I need consistency, and I think any wrestling fan needs consistency. So if after SummerSlam things are good, then I'm fine. But I'm just hoping it's not the same bullshit that we saw after Mania.
Yeah. Time will tell. I mean, I don't expect Rollins to beat Lesnar at SummerSlam. I mean, it'd be great if he did, but I'm not going to hold my breath on it.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Just show me good wrestling. Show me something. Show me something that I'm going to be happy with.
Bayley was able to defeat the odds and beat Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss in the 2-on-1 handicap match for the SmackDown Women's Championship. So Bayley retains. Last man standing, Braun and Lashley. That was fun. That whole crash through the video board kind of got me caring about this feud after we got sick of it. You know, now I kind of cared about it, and then they come out and do this last man standing match. It was fun. This was a damn good match, I thought.
Yeah, it was good.
It might have been the second best of the night.
Yeah, I mean, they went all through the crowd, concession stand. Shit, I know Wells Fargo Arena like the Wells Fargo Arena like the back of my mind. I know exactly where they were at every point. So they spent good time. Yeah. They spent very good time in that arena.
I love I had a feeling he was going to do this as we were waiting, just staring at the side of that box. I just had a feeling Braun was just going to bust out the side of that wall.
Well, you saw him. You saw him when he crashed down in there. He was actually trying to stand up.
Yeah. I just had this feeling he was going to do it, and it's like, that's going to be a cool visual. And sure enough, it was pretty fucking cool, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was good effort by those guys. Probably the second best match of the night might have been the tag match, the triple threat tag match. Once again, Heavy Machinery showing for a second pay-per-view in a row that they belong in the WWE and not just a comedy act. I thought Heavy Machinery looked very good here. Then, you know, I guess it makes sense to have Big E and Xavier take the titles to have the New Day all have gold, right?
Yep.
I didn't know if it would happen. I thought Heavy Machinery would actually win, and Bryan and Rowan would not be in the pin. You know, that would have been my prediction, but New Day is now your 6-time WWE Tag Team Champions. But Heavy Machinery looked pretty good here too, didn't they?
They sure did.
Tucky's got some moves.
You know what, dude? Like, I've told you, like, Heavy Machinery has never impressed me. But they showed me something.
Hey, Tucky!
Oh, God.
He did like a cross body block off the top rope. Dude, some crazy stuff there for a big boy. I love the end of the match where Bryan went for the moonsault and Big E caught him and right into the perfect midnight hour finisher. I thought that was a cool way to end the match.
That was a good finish.
Yeah. So 6-time tag champs. Well, that is, and then of course if Kofi could hold on against Samoa Joe, which, well, spoiler alert, he did. AJ Styles and Ricochet, and surprise, surprise, the club helped AJ Styles win the match. I mean, it wasn't going to be a surprise that AJ Styles was going to win this match with the club re-signing and everybody turning heel now. What did you think of this one?
It was good. I mean, it's what I expected. I mean, I expected the club to participate in the match in some way, shape, form, or fashion. I expected AJ to walk away with the title. So
yeah, that one went quite a while, about 16 and a half minutes there for that one. You're new and 3-time United States champion now, AJ Styles. Kevin Owens took on Dolph Ziggler, and 10 seconds. That was it. And KO gets on the mic and says, well, you know, Undertaker gave Shane a tombstone, so he's going to live another day. So he gets to talk on the mic and says he's going to speak for the people in the back when he says Shane McMahon can kiss his ass and go straight to hell.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I think this face turn is it's on to something. This could be a revolution.
And it's the thing. KO has so much personality. You've seen it on Twitter and you've seen it in the ring. Like, dude, if he's a face, just like with Stone Cold, if he's a face, like, you can do some things. Like, let him be him. He's one of those guys that you just let him be him.
It was so weird. I saw this interview that he had with someone, and I can't remember who it was. And he's like, yeah, I'd really love to see what I can do on a babyface run. And then all of a sudden, we got this.
Dude,
And-
if you give him the keys.
Yeah, it looks like they are. And this was like this was in the middle of his heel turn, you know, and he goes he would really love to see what he could do on a babyface run. So apparently management listened, and I think this could be the mark of a revolution in Kevin Owens' career. With
Dude,
WWE.
that's all Heyman. You see what Heyman's doing as far as I'm pretty sure Heyman went home one night and said, I'm gonna evaluate what talent I have.
Yep.
And say, hey, all right, I see what Kevin Owens is doing. I see what he's doing on social media and in real life, etc. Let me do this. Boom. There it is. And he's giving opportunities to Cedric Alexander.
Oh, that was a great place to put him in.
Yeah, absolutely.
As the janitor.
Like, right, absolutely. Like the only thing that he doesn't have to touch is R-Truth and Drake Maverick.
Oh my God, those guys.
He doesn't have to touch them.
Those
like
guys
you let them be them.
Those guys are elevating that 24/7.
And Vince, right? And Vince's problem is he feels as though if you're young, if he doesn't know anything about you, okay, we're gonna get you a writer to write all your stuff.
Yep.
If you're older, i.e., Roman, AJ, Seth, Brock, all the veterans, all the top stars, or Becky.
But yet, why is Randy Orton still saying the same line over and over? You know,
the 3 most dangerous words, because that's his quote.
He needs to. That's all he's saying, though. He needs to.
But you know, Randy wasn't never great on the mic anyway.
True, but he'll change it up. I am very happy that it's going to be him and Kofi for that title at SummerSlam. Kind of reignite that feud back when Randy was in Legacy. And
stupid.
And we thought Kofi was getting shot to the moon at that point. You know.
Yeah, so we thought.
Speaking of Kofi, look at that segue. Kofi Kingston, Samoa Joe. Were you surprised at how short this one went? Under 10 minutes, and he beats Joe.
Yeah, I just hate how they treat Joe.
Do you think he gets by Orton? Is Orton his defining title defense at SummerSlam, or is Orton the one that gets him?
It depends. I'm with both of the title matches. I've been already planning it out in my head who I think will win and who wouldn't win, and I got Seth beating Brock over Kofi losing to Randy.
I'd like to see Seth beat Brock, but God, I don't know.
Now I'm with you. I'm with you on that, man.
I am happy though that Kofi has just recently crossed 100 days as champion. So I didn't know he'd have that long of a reign, and he's
neither.
He's over 100 days now. So. The main event of the evening, Extreme Rules mixed tag match, Seth and Becky, Baron and Lacey. I thought this was pretty entertaining. I didn't think it was bad at all. I mean, it wasn't great by any means, but Seth embroidered on Lacey's ass was great. That's for sure. I thought this was a pretty entertaining match, considering kind of odd having Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans in your main event. But
yeah, I mean, I can see Baron Corbin in the main event simply because he works his ass off.
He's been doing a hell of a job as a heel.
Yeah, he works his ass off, man. I respect the guy.
Lacey's improving too, so I thought this was I give it a lot more credit than a lot of people did. I thought this was an entertaining match, and you're not going to see it on USA or soon Fox. You're not going to see a man pull off a move on a woman, but I kind of like it every once in a while on a pay-per-view to make it, Corbin putting that into days on Becky.
Yeah, that was good to see.
Oh, and Seth, boy, flip that switch, man.
Dude, how would you feel if somebody did that to Nikki?
Exactly, man. It's that switch flipped and kiss your ass, bend over and kiss your ass goodbye, get Baron, because that was all, folks. And then
good night.
Oh shit! Oh nope. Brock Lesnar's music hits, and is Paul just out here trolling Philly again? Nope. Brock Lesnar cashes in, 2 Germans, an F5, and
good night.
The 3rd Universal Championship reign for Brock Lesnar, and I'm sure the internet lost its shit. But, I mean, shit, you hear the crowd in Philly fucking popped hard for it. Maybe they just popped hard for a Money in the Bank cash-in. I don't know. I saw Money in the Bank cash in once, and Matt's like, "Don't remind me." It was when Alberto Del Rio cashed in on CM Punk. So, yeah, I don't know. If Seth gets it back at SummerSlam, I'm all for it. But
I'm here for it.
Brock retains, I'm worried.
Well, I'll say this.
But I think
Fox
Brock wants. Well, I think Fox might want Brock. But I mean, look at this wild card role. I mean, he's going to be.
That's exactly what I was about to say.
Yeah, I don't know. So, I don't know. SummerSlam meet and greet schedule has been announced. Platinum VIP tickets are $500. Holy crap! Gold
Where?
Gold VIP tickets are $250. This is for the meet and greets at SummerSlam.
500. Who the fuck are you meeting for $500?
Yeah, platinum and platinum. Let's see. Platinum for $500 gets you a exclusive VIP line. Try to look at the differences between platinum and gold.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Who the fuck are you meeting for $500? That's that damn special.
Basically,
for you to spend a damn. What is that?
You get a pre-signed poster too. There's only 25 tickets per session, so you basically don't have to wait in line at all.
Okay. But who the fuck is worth $500?
Yeah, so in the gold and platinum VIP lineup, it's Kofi Kingston on Friday, Becky Lynch on Saturday morning, Seth Rollins on Saturday afternoon, and AJ Styles on Sunday morning.
So those are, so let me get this straight. Gold and platinum, you get a signed poster and you don't have to wait in line.
Platinum, you don't have to wait in line. Gold, you still have to wait in line.
You still have to wait in line. So gold is what, $250?
Yeah. Just to
but so pretty much you're paying an extra $250 not to wait in line.
Yeah. And you get a poster that's pre-signed.
So pretty much you're not waiting. You're walking up and saying, "Hey, I got my poster signed. Let me say hi," because they're going to push you through just to make accommodations for the gold members.
Yep.
And just take a picture.
Yep.
I'm in the wrong fucking business.
No shit. Silver costs $175. Friday evening for silver, Alexa Bliss and The Miz. Saturday morning, Charlotte Flair, Finn Balor. In the afternoon, Randy Orton, Daniel Bryan. And in Sunday, it'll be Bray Wyatt and Bayley. Bronze is $100, and for bronze, it is Drew McIntyre, Dolph Ziggler on Friday night. Lacey Evans, Big E and Xavier Woods Saturday morning. Samoa Joe Saturday afternoon. Paige, Asuka, and Kairi Sane Saturday afternoon as well. Sunday morning, the NXT men and women's champions will be, whoever they will be, and Rey Mysterio. Wow, $100 only for Ray. That's not bad. And then Paige, Asuka, and Kyrie for $100. That ain't bad either. You know, Xavier, Big E, and Xavier. That $100's not bad. That either.
Hey guys, you can meet me and JB for a bottle of scotch and a steak.
Word. Then a bunch of other superstars for general admission is listed there. I'm not going to read those because there's a lot of superstars.
Let me ask you a question real quick. So, you went to Royal Rumble last year, right?
Yes.
Okay, so
I went to it this year.
Oh, this year. I'm sorry. Huh? So were the prices the same, similar, or I mean, not necessarily like the tiers?
Oh, I didn't go. I didn't go to Access at all.
Okay. I was curious.
I went to Access at WrestleMania in Dallas, and I sat in line for an hour and a half for Paul Heyman, and only to get replaced by Zack Ryder and Darren Young. And that was the only autograph I got the whole time. Yeah, I was like, that kind of soured my Access experience. I'm like, yep, duh.
You gotta go with me next time, dude. I'll tell you why.
I know. You've already told me why.
Yeah, I got you.
After Slammiversary, there was rumblings that this would be the final appearance for LAX. But according to Mike Johnson at PW Insider, they remain under contract until August. And so, but it does sound like that both
next week.
Yeah, and they does sound like that AEW and WWE are both looking at at LAX. So.
First of all, here's my thoughts on that. WWE does not have a nice track record with tag teams or wrestlers that are promoted based off of their nationality. As you can see with what was the team back in the day? Remember when Savio Vega had his team?
Well, there was Camacho and
Camacho and Hunico and dude, come on now.
They came to the fucking ring on a ghetto bike.
Right, like come on, this is not South Central Los Angeles.
Yeah. But to Vince it is.
Vince hasn't even set foot in Compton.
No. Congrats to Bianca Belair for getting her college degree. Mrs. King Tez. If you have PlayStation Vue, if you're one of those subscribers to the digital cable world, beIN Sports was just recently added to PlayStation Vue. That means you can now watch MLW, Major League Wrestling. So, if you subscribe to PlayStation Vue. I looked at PlayStation Vue. They took out a lot. They lost a contract, and it's like
a lot of their stuff is gone.
It doesn't have everything that I want. It's like I stick with. It's so funny. It's like everybody bags on cable. You got all these subscription services. You still got to pay for internet. You're still paying the same damn price. Basically.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I'm sticking with cable. Thank you. I'm fine. I'm fine and happy with cable. For the first time, not the first time, first TV tapings in over a decade. For the first time, they'll be doing. They've been doing a lot of live shows, WWE live shows there, but TV tapings for Raw and SmackDown as they return to Madison Square Garden on September 9th and 10th. So that'll be pretty cool that Raw and SmackDown will emanate from the legendary Madison Square Garden. Last live event, I believe, was 2011 Survivor Series.
Really?
Yep. I will always remember the 2008 Royal Rumble when John Cena made his surprise return from injury. That was at Madison Square Garden.
I swear I was pissed because Triple H was supposed to win that for me.
Oh, man. We had a lot of pissed people in the room watching that. ROH announces the first competitor into the 2019 Top Prospect Tournament. Number one, Brian Johnson is his name. It sounds like a cocky dude. 6 foot, 210 pounder out of Philadelphia. He's a mainstay of the Future of Honor promotion. Basically, the Ring of Honor's kind of developmental joint there. He's been there for about a year now. And so he's been wrestling on the independent circuit since 2007 and caught the eye of ROH officials at tryout camps last year. So he's the first one. And the Top Prospect Tournament begins July 21st in Lowell, Massachusetts, which is kind of weird because usually that's in January. But, hey, I'm all for it being later in the year.
I'm with it.
Past winners include Matt Taven.
Yep.
Dalton Castle, Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Punishment Martinez, Silas Young, Adam Page, Jonathan Gresham. So winning the Top Prospect Tournament is usually a good thing.
I'm with it.
A guy I used to work with, Zachary Madsen, of course, attacked Bret Hart at the Hall of Fame this year. And once again, his hearing has been postponed for the 5th time in this case, as Mike Johnson, PW Insider, has announced.
What, he can't make it?
No, a good buddy of mine's a lawyer and says this is pretty common on high-profile cases.
For what, though?
I don't know. It just postpones. I don't know. It's a common thing with high-profile cases. That's all he said. So now the hearing is now postponed until September 9th.
Oh, great.
Yeah, no kidding. Let's see here. ESPN gave out its first WWE category for the ESPYs this past year, and obvious winner of this was, of course, Roman Reigns in his return from leukemia, and that won the ESPY for Moment of the Year. I like how they got an ESPY for the WWE now. I don't really watch the ESPYs. I did maybe when I was younger, but now I
just watch it for whoever's hosting their monologue in the beginning.
Yeah, like award shows in general, I just are so fucking long. I don't even watch the Hall of Fame. I didn't even watch the Hall of Fame this year. It's like, even though did they speed that up a little bit this year?
Yeah, it seemed like it was faster for the most part. But most people were watching the New Japan, like the Ring of Honor Supercard.
Yeah, exactly. One of the great indie tournaments of the year is upon us soon. The Battle of Los Angeles for Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, and they have announced the first competitors of this tournament for this year. Australian star Mick Moretti, Darby Allin, Jonathan Gresham from ROH, A-Kid from Spain, Artemis Spencer from Canada, Bandito, who you're familiar with, Pro Wrestling Australia Heavyweight Champion Cage Man, and Orange Cassidy. Yeah. The Battle of Los Angeles takes place on the 19th, 20th, and 22nd of September in the Globe Theater in L.A. My boy Orange Cassidy.
It's your boy!
Some hidden gems, some good hidden gems added to the WWE Network. A couple of ECW matches between Taz and Sabu. One Wrestling Challenge dark match from May 5th in 1993, and a Raw taping dark match in October 18th, 1993, those contain Taz and Sabu. Not against each other, but they're featured in those matches. So hidden gems are always fun to see. ROH also announced the second competitor in the Top Prospect Tournament. His name is Dante Cabrero. He is
from MCW.
Is he?
He is. I'm very familiar with Dante.
He comes from a life of wealth and privilege, I hear. Is he like a rich, kind of act like a rich, kind of like a...
He kind of reminds me of a broke man's Alberto Del Rio.
So,
but he's good, though. He's very good.
And his government name, he's a Cologne, so
it's
in his blood. Yep, there you go. Relocated to Washington, D.C. after leaving Puerto Rico and enrolled in the MCW Pro Wrestling Training Center. Made his in-ring debut in 2016, established himself as a major player in MCW, as Daryl had just mentioned. He's a former TV champion with MCW and two-time tag champion. And he won the heavyweight title last July.
I was there.
He's days away from reaching his 1-year anniversary as champion. So he's still champion.
Yes, he is. He beat Bruiser, but Bruiser was diagnosed with leukemia as well, with around like a little shorter after Roman Reigns told the world that he went into remission. So, so he's been champ. He's had a off for Bruiser.
Triple H and Batista had a reuniting on the red carpet in L.A. for Dave Batista's new film Stuber, which came out this past weekend. Triple H joined as a good buddy there for that big red carpet release. Let's see here. Kind of combing through the news because I kind of quickly put it together today. Congratulations to a couple of great people I've interacted with on Twitter before. Brian Cage and Melissa Santos, they got married in California.
Oh, congratulations.
Among those in attendance, Joey Ryan, Kara Hogan, Sami Callihan, Jessica Havoc. That sounds like
who did you say right after Joey Ryan?
Your girl, Kiera Hogan.
Okay, just wanted to know.
Jake Chris, Sue Young, and Rich Swann, all in attendance. So congrats to Cage and Melissa. They're two good guys. I got to meet Cage in Dallas, actually. So
that's a big dude.
Yeah, in person, yeah. GOD. Gorillas of Destiny are heading to a ROH is having what is called a summer supercard in Toronto on August 9th, which is, that's like right before SummerSlam. But GOD, your ROH tag champs, are going to be heading that way.
Those damn guerrilla tactics.
Alex Shelley, Matt Taven, and Alex Shelley versus Matt Taven or Jay Lethal for the world title. I didn't realize Shelley was getting pushed as singles.
Yeah, he came back.
I haven't watched ROH in forever. Also on the card, only a couple of matches have been announced so far. That match, so Taven and Lethal must have a title match coming up soon.
Yeah, and New York and Manhattan at Hammerstein. I believe it's at Hammerstein.
How long is Taven holding that thing for?
He's held it since Mania weekend.
You think? How long is he going to hold it for?
Let me see. What's the next big show they got coming up?
You see him beating Lethal here, don't you?
Yeah.
And probably beating Shelley.
I don't know.
Really? You think they put the world title on Shelley? That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's almost almost like putting it on Matt Taven, you know?
Yeah, ROH, they're loyal.
Mm-hmm.
So they put it on most people that are loyal. They're loyal. If he beats, it's no need for Jay Lethal to hold it. It's no need at all. And the thing about it is, you bring back Alex Shelley. I thought they were going to put it on Cobb, to be honest with you, as much as I am a Taven fan. But yeah, I can see Alex Shelley, especially. I can't think of what the name of their show is they have in December. They usually have one in September.
Final Battle.
They have one. Yeah, Final Battle. I can see if I'll say this, if Taven has the title at Final Battle, then whoever he's wrestling might take the title off of him at Final Battle.
That's a good point right there.
Because they do theirs pretty much situational.
Yeah. Also scheduled on the summer supercard, a CMLL trios match as well. But
okay.
That's just in its early stages. 2 matches announced, and GOD will be there. Is all that's been announced so far. Classic ECW supercards are going to debut just debuted on the WWE Network this past Monday. WWE Network News reported that a bunch of classic content was dropped. All 20 ECW pay-per-view events of the Supercard series, and they were released on VHS under the ECW Home Video banner during the run of the company, spanning from 1993, where you got to see Terry Funk and Eddie Gilbert in a Texas Chainsaw Massacre match.
Sheesh.
I'm kind of combing through it. 94, we got a triple threat with Terry Funk, Shane Douglas, and Sabu. The Funks in Public Enemy in a barbed wire match in 94. Cactus Jack against Terry Funk for the first time ever.
Whew.
95, you got Sandman, Cactus Jack, and Shane Douglas. Cactus Jack against Sandman in a no ropes barbed wire match. Ooh. Cactus Jack and Sabu. 96, 97, all the way down to 99. Taz and Shane Douglas. So lots of content from ECW added to the network. That's good stuff. Darby Allin posted on Twitter, my debut was overlooked by Sean Spears' chair shot to Cody. I will have my rematch with Cody sooner or later, but don't think tomorrow at Fight for the Fallen, I'm not coming for your head, Sean.
Sheesh.
Yeah, that was like the whole anticipation of him, attacking Spears, but then Spears kind of chicken shitted his way out of that and tagged, I think, MJF in or something. Tamina Snuka was hurt during a Raw event in Augusta, Maine a couple of days ago.
What else is new?
Yeah, believed to suffered a concussion from an errant knee to the head. Tamina and Sarah Logan were tagging against Naomi and Dana Brooke. Three of those 4 women have been on milk cartons lately.
Straight house shows.
Jeff Hardy, unfortunately, arrested once again. Public intoxication, passed out in a stairwell. Hey, I'll say this much. At least it could have been worse. Though, I mean, we know Hardy's passed. At least this could have, this is a little less severe than compared to what the Usos had. So, still not good, knowing Jeff's passed. But at the same time, thank God it wasn't worse, right?
Right.
Like we said, Evolve had tried to counter-program AEW on Saturday. Shawn Michaels was backstage at the Evolve event. And at the ECW arena where Evolve was, Paul Heyman, I guess he says he officially passes the torch to Gabe Sapolsky. So
that's not saying a lot.
Yeah, I guess so. What torch is that? Does that torch come with debt?
Right.
At Fight for the Fallen, Britt Baker also suffered a concussion during her match with tagging with Riho against Shoko Nakajima and B. Priestley.
Is that where she forgot who her partner was?
Yeah, that she was. Hey, you could get disoriented there. I could see how that can happen. Hey.
No, I'm asking realistic. I'm not trying to be funny.
Then there was the bad joke of, I'm not even gonna say it.
No, say it. I didn't hear it.
She went to the wrong Asian lady.
That's not right.
I saw that joke on Twitter. That was not my joke, by the way. But I did laugh, so I'm going to hell. But I was already going to hell, so it don't matter.
Hey, I'll be there with you, brother.
As I mentioned earlier, Raw reunion, the biggest Raw reunion in history. I did hear some backstage news. This was put together by the USA Network to hopefully boost ratings, I guess. So that's why we're seeing this.
Dude, I just saw the funniest tweet real quick.
What's up?
So, Jacob Cohen just tweets and says, at Triple H, I'm calling in a favor. Please book Tugboat for Raw on Monday. Thank you.
Is Tugboat still alive?
Yeah, he's there. He's around.
I didn't know if he was still alive or not. Those that are featured are expected to show up on Monday. Steve Austin, Eric Bischoff, Sergeant Slaughter, Kevin Nash, what the hell? Shawn Michaels, Kevin Nash. I need scotch.
Jeremy Bennett.
I need scotch, apparently. Being sober.
Hey, I have plenty of Crown Royal here for you, brother.
Let's start over. Steve Austin, Eric Bischoff, Sergeant Slaughter, Shawn Michaels, Kevin Nash, Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, Santino Marella, Devon Dudley,
Santino Marella,
Ted DiBiase, Jerry Lawler, Christian, Kurt Angle, The Boogeyman, Hurricane, Jimmy Hart, and Scott Hall. This will emanate from Tampa, Florida on this coming Monday. Bar wrestling is always fun, and I want to go to a bar wrestling event sometime.
Isn't that California?
Mm-hmm. Los Angeles.
I had to go visit my sister.
This might be a pro wrestling first. This might be a pro wrestling first. But in the main event, Tessa Blanchard, Kiera Hogan, Su Yung, Scarlett Bordeaux, and Brian Cage had a match.
Seriously?
The loser of the match had to give lap dances to the winner.
Dude, seriously?
I think it was a 4-on-1 handicap match.
So who won and who lost?
The women won, so Brian Cage had to do the lap dancing.
for all four of them?
Yep.
Wow.
This was done. This was kind of done as kind of a because he was getting married the next day, so it was kind of. It
was like a bachelor party type thing.
It was purposely, yeah, but he had to do the dancing though. He had to do all the work. He got pinned. I don't know if it was I'm reading the results. I don't know if it was a 4-on-1 handicap match or what, but I just saw a still.
Shit, I'll wrestle in that type of match any day.
I just saw a still photo of him giving Tessa Blanchard a lap dance.
Wow.
Bar wrestling looks fun though, man. Just you're standing.
It does.
You're standing right by the ring. Look at this. This was from July 10th, a week ago. This is a good. I mean, look at this card. Reno Scum beat Luke Hawx and PJ Hawx. I've heard of all those guys. I have Nevaeh and Jessica Havoc got beat by a couple that I've never heard of. I've obviously heard. I love Jessica Havoc.
That's my girl.
There was a 4-way match between Daga, who I've seen on Lucha Underground, Eli Everfly, Teddy Hart, and Dave Chris. So I know 3 of the 4 guys there. Peter Avalon and Ray Rosas defeated Rich Swann and Willie Mack. Sammy Callahan defeated Killer Cross, and then Joey Ryan, Scorpio Sky, Luchasaurus, and defeated Eli Drake, Chris Dickinson, and Mike Verna. That's a hell of a card.
That's a nice little lineup, man.
Yeah. And then it must have been a 4-on-1 match because all 4 ladies apparently pinned Brian. It was probably just a little fun joke match. But
as big as his ass is, shit, they need all 4 of them.
For as much as it got advertised, I don't know if this is a disappointment or not, but Stuber, Dave Bautista's film, which I thought looked kind of funny in the previews, but it only brought in $11 million over the weekend. Of course, it's summer. Hard to pull in much unless you're a big blockbuster, but it landed 4th at the box office over the weekend. So I don't know if that's what they expected or below expectations. I don't know exactly, but... The Fight for the Fallen is available on video on demand on Bleacher Report Live. I don't know how long it's going to stay there, so if you haven't watched it, go check it out.
It'll be there for a while because I think Double or Nothing is like still there too.
Is Double or Nothing? Oh, but you have to pay for that though.
Yeah, you have to pay for it, but I'm sorry, I'm thinking about Fight for the Fallen. Fight for the Fallen is still there.
MJF was injured during Fight for the Fallen, but nothing serious. Expect to be back in the ring over this past weekend or this weekend. So nothing to be worried about there.
You know why, right? Because he's better than you, and you know it.
It's true. Rematch from Fyter Fest. Kenny Omega and the Bucks are going to take on Pentagon Jr. and the Laredo Kid and Rey Fenix at Triple Mania on August 3rd. And Rey Fenix, Pentagon Jr., Billy Gunn, and Darby Allin are going to work Northeast Wrestling in Niles, Ohio on this weekend, July 20th. And Kurt Angle and Jerry Lawler will also appear on the show.
Nice.
So far, what we have for All Out, Jericho Hangman for the AEW Championship, Lucha Brothers Young Bucks in the ladder match, Omega and Moxley in a dream match, and Dark Order against the Best Friends. Winner gets a bye in the Tag Team Championship tournament. Also, not official yet, but looking at Cody and Sean Spears, Awesome Kong and Aja Kong as well. Matt Taven threw out the ceremonial first pitch at Boston Red Sox game.
Do a strike, too.
Did he? Prior to the game against the Toronto Blue Jays on July 15th. So, to prevent the event in Lowell, Massachusetts.
The Boston bad boy.
I figured you saw the pitch.
I sure did.
Internally within the WWE, word is that WWE is very happy with the Evolve special, and the fact that it remained at top of the most popular video-on-demand shows is not gone unnoticed as well, according to Mike Johnson at PW Insider. And it may open the door for additional specials, but there have not been any conversations yet in that regard. So I have not yet watched the Evolve one. I heard it was not that great, but
I'm gonna be honest with you, dude. Like that Sunday morning, of course, I watched Fight for the Fallen on Saturday night. So I told myself I was gonna wake up and watch Evolve Sunday, and I cut it on, fell right back asleep.
Like I said, social media wise, it did not top 4. Where it did not top number 4, where Fight for the Fallen was a steady number 1 the entire night.
Well, you know what? I think it's a little bit of this. I think it's the fact that anything outside of WWE's main product, I mean, people don't even watch NXT. Like, so you see the stale reviews, you see the stale audiences when a new NXT talent is revealed on Raw. So you barely get a peep. So people are only watching Raw, SmackDown, and ordering the WWE Network for the free pay-per-views.
Yeah.
So I think, I mean, even with like the Cruiserweight tournament, the Mae Young Classic and stuff like that, the casual fans are just not tuning into anything outside of Raw, SmackDown, or a pay-per-view event. Simple as that. I mean, the diehards like you, myself, and Matt are going to watch it because we just love wrestling. But
yeah. For the first time in months, Luke Harper is on the road with the WWE this week. The first time since this past spring. Of course, he had requested for his release. It was not granted. So he's been off TV since August of 2018 when the Bludgeon Brothers lost the Tag Team Championships. He did fight in the Worlds Collide tournament in a great match with Donovan Dijakovic at WrestleMania Access. So, I don't know, man. I'd love to see him get he should have had that singles push back with Orton and the Wyatt family, but
they sure have. But of course, somebody always has their own agenda.
Jim Ross said he was cordially invited to attend Raw reunion, but politely refused. Tony Khan left it up to him, though. He said,
and that's good. That just shows, like they said, AEW is not competition; it's just an alternative.
Bray Wyatt now has a Yowie Wowie shirt in the WWE shop with his Fiend persona.
Are you gonna get it?
No, probably not. I haven't even looked at it yet. Let me pull it up here now.
I haven't seen it
yet. I bet it looks stupid. I don't know, maybe.
Yowie Wowie.
With the Fiend logo combined is stupid, in my opinion. Yowie Wowie is the Mr. Rogers Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, I think that Fiend thing is fucking creepy as hell.
I love it.
I'm here for it. That's just fucking creepy as hell.
That was great.
You're gonna scare the shit out of some kids.
New Adam Cole shirt, gold, baby gold.
Baby.
Doesn't look like a shirt I would want to get though. I don't know. The man's man definitely do not want to get that shirt.
No.
All the Revival have a pretty cool old school looking shirt.
I wish they would have came up with that teaser that they had like a couple years back. That Monday Night Revival shirt.
Oh yeah, that was cool. But then Seth Rollins had the Monday Night Rollins. I think that's why they got rid of. I just messaged you through the old Skype machine, the old Revival shirt.
Go ahead and check that out. It's pretty cool. If they had it in black, I'd be better.
So it's not as gaudy as I thought it would be. It's actually a lot more basic than I thought it would be. The Bray Wyatt. Here is the Bray Wyatt.
I like it outside of the Yowie Wowie.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense because Yowie Wowie is like his Mr. Rogers persona, not the Fiend persona, but you know. What can you do?
They're trying.
Mickie James underwent ACL surgery yesterday, July 16th. She will should be back in the ring somewhere around the first quarter of 2020. Raw rating continues to rise. Decent numbers, 2.45 million overall, and Hour 3 actually did better than Hour 1. So maybe they're doing something right. We'll see. Raw Reunion should have draw bigger numbers, of course, next week. But Raw's kind of bouncing back there. You will have the chance during All Out Weekend to meet Kenny Omega at Pro Wrestling Tees. The tickets went on sale already today, July 17th, to meet and greet Kenny Omega on Sunday, September 1st from 12 to 3 at the Pro Wrestling Tees store in Chicago. You know, I like the 95. It's saying a bad package. I mean, $75 for just, photo and autograph. Pay an extra $20 and you get front of the line access plus a T-shirt.
Dude, and I guarantee when I met Kenny, Kenny's like a very personable dude. So like, he's gonna take his time with everybody.
That T-shirt, it's like a Chicago style T-shirt too. Let me see if I can get this coming through to you here. It probably won't come through right. Oh, it did.
It did. I like that shirt.
Yeah,
I have a pair of shoes that go with that.
It's like the Omega logo with the stars from the Chicago flag.
Yeah. I will wear that.
We have some name changes within NXT.
Oh boy.
Brendan Williams, I'm not sure who that is off the top of my head.
He's always on up, down, down. But he's the guy with the locks. But you never see him wrestle.
I've watched Up, Down, Down lately. I need to start watching that again. He'll be known as Dio Madden.
Who?
Yeah, Dio, D-I-O. Madden like John Madden, but it spells I-N instead of E-N.
Why?
I don't know.
Let me guess. He likes Madden, and the Dio has some significant meaning in his life.
Nick Komoroto is going to be known as Nick Ogarelli. Robert Strauss or Robbie E. You know him from NXT or from Impact Wrestling. He'll be known as Robert Stone.
Okay.
Rachel Evers is now listed as Rachel Ellering again. So that's cool.
Okay.
Going back to her roots. The first official match for NXT UK TakeOver Cardiff has been announced as Toni Storm will take on Kaylee Ray for the Women's Championship. That is on the 31st, same day as All Out. But, of course, it's in the UK, so it'll be in the afternoon.
It'll be
at
2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
I'll be just coming back in the country.
As we had mentioned just a little while ago, Braun Strowman signed a new 4-year deal on Instagram. He posted, "Well, I'm sure more than a few of you will like this announcement. Here's to 4 more years of being the hardest working and biggest man in the whole damn industry and working for the greatest promotion in the world." Followed by a trillion hashtags that I'm not going to go into. Eric Bischoff has finally arrived in Connecticut today. He did a cross-country trek with his puppy dog as he documented his journey on Twitter. He has arrived in Connecticut and will start his job as executive director tomorrow, or as you are listening to the podcast today, it will be his first official day on the job.
Word up, Bischoff.
The Rock was at the Performance Center, as Sami Zayn said.
I'm about to say, oh, okay.
Yeah, Sami Callihan's at the Performance Center. Breaking news. Also, The Rock dropped by the PC. Imagine if you're up-and-coming wrestler, and all of a sudden, Dwayne strolls in.
you just feel the electricity.
SmackDown ratings continue to not get better because the show is not any better, but hopefully Bischoff can fix that.
Come on, Bischoff.
1.85 million. This is the 5th consecutive week of below 2, and if you look at it, 9 out of the past 11 weeks have been below 2 million for SmackDown. Fox is loving that. Another bout has been added to ROH Summer Supercard. Tasha Steelz is challenging Kelly Klein for the Women of Honor title in Toronto. So, Raw happened. I thought Raw was good. SmackDown was... This whole no wrestling during things is really screwed with SmackDown, I think, lately.
Because you only have 2 hours. Like, Raw has so many hours, so much time to burn.
Lesnar came out and Heyman came out to gloat. And Lesnar's now using the title as a boombox. He's using everything as a boombox now. Heyman announces that there will be a 10-man battle royale to determine the number 1 contender at SummerSlam for Brock Lesnar. And I'm getting tired of 2 out of 3 falls matches. Aren't we all? Ricochet and Ricochet teamed up with the Usos to take on the Revival and Robert. Hey, Robert, we have a Robert Roode sighting. How about that?
What?
Viking Raiders killed a couple of jobbers again. How about Cedric Alexander pinning Drew McIntyre?
I was cool with that.
Wow. He's gonna get that ass beating's coming though.
Oh yeah, we're gonna see a Claymore kick soon.
We're gonna see more than we're gonna see an ass beating soon. This is gonna be an ass beating. You want some of this old man? No. Samoa Joe and Finn Balor had a match, didn't go long, and then after the match, Balor kind of got his heat back by hitting Joe with the coup de grace, and then the music started slowing down, the lights went out, and when the lights came back on, it was a familiar guy in a familiar pose as Bray Wyatt had Finn Balor in the Sister Abigail pose, and that was fucking cool, wasn't it?
That was awesome. Welcome back, Bray.
Crowd chanting "Holy shit" for it. I mean, they've been waiting for this guy. So,
yowie wowie.
Everybody has been waiting for this guy. So, he's gonna fuck some shit up as the Fiend, isn't he? But I hope there's times where he's walking around backstage as Mr. Rogers. You got to do it, right?
You do.
Backstage segments where he's just walking around in his little red sweater and.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
He runs into Finn Balor. Hi, Finn. How you been? Drake Maverick and his beautiful wife Renee Michelle, checking into a hotel. We all know what's going to happen. R-Truth is there, so we all know what's going to happen. Poor Mike Kanellis got his balls cut off again. But Zack Ryder got a win on Raw in under a minute, so hey.
Woo.
Maria said that their unborn child would have a better chance at a match than he would.
That was fucked up.
He's getting his balls cut off. The Club took on Lucha House Party. Good to see the Club. I love the Club. I love the heel Club, man.
Yes.
It's fresh, man. It feels fresh. I love the Buddha Doom too. I love the Buddha Doom. Kalisto taps out to the calf crusher. Fatal 4-Way to determine the number one contender for Becky Lynch's Raw Women's title. I was like, oh my God, it's going to be Alexa Bliss and Matt's going to puke.
I swear to God, I was hoping it wasn't.
I was happy to see Natalya. And it was funny. Somebody on Twitter said, Natalya calling Becky bitch is like your aunt that never cusses calling someone a bitch.
Yeah, it was so uncomfortable.
Unnatural, yeah. I thought the dialogue and the stuff was good post-match, but yeah, her calling her, it's just not in Natty's wheelhouse to be that way, you know?
No, she's like you said, that one aunt that doesn't cuss.
I think this is going to be a cool, especially in Toronto, especially in Canada for Natty. I'm glad they did this.
I think she might take the title off of Becky.
That'd be great. The man doesn't need the title.
Nah, she don't.
Miz TV with Dolph Ziggler was short and sweet, but I thought it was pretty damn good. They played it off as Miz and Ziggler being old buddies, you know, because they're both from Ohio. And then Ziggler went a little below the belt, didn't he?
Sure did.
We head back to the hotel, and I said it. I go, I bet you Drake Maverick's going to be in his boxers getting pinned. Well, pretty damn close, wasn't it? It was less than boxers. How great was that hotel scene?
That was hilarious. That's the only thing that Heyman doesn't have to touch.
Drake's looking at the wait staff. He's like, "You look familiar," and he takes off his outfit, and there's a ref shirt. Oh my God, that's pretty cool because I completely had forgotten Renee Michelle was in the Mae Young Classic too.
Yeah, she's from MCW too.
So she's getting a little TV time. Well, I knew she was a wrestler.
No, she's actually married to Drake.
Well, I know that.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying she's getting some TV time with this whole story.
Oh yeah,
because she's not signed to the WWE.
Nah, not at all.
Maybe this leads to it though.
It's a strong possibility.
Because these have been fun segments with her and Drake. I'm fucking laughing. Drake's now what? Or Truth is now a 9-time champion.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I gotta look it up here. I think it's 9. Yep. 9th reign.
9-time champion.
All right, let's play trivia, Daryl.
Sure.
3 other guys have had multiple reigns with the WWE 24/7 title. You'll probably name one pretty quickly, but who are the other 2?
Let's say Drake Maverick.
Ding, 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 ding.
We said other 2, right?
There's 2 more guys that have held the title more than once.
More than once. And outside of R-Truth.
Yeah, R-Truth's had it 9 times.
Okay. Oh, man.
2 other guys have held it twice.
Oh my God. Not Rude. Rude held it once. Titus held it once. I think I'm stumped. Go ahead.
Elias.
Okay.
And Jinder Mahal.
Ah.
Of course, Jinder Mahal on the golf course. That was a good one.
That was a good one.
All-Star Battle Royale. Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Rey Mysterio, Baron Corbin, Sami Zayn, Big E, Cesaro, Randy Orton, Bobby Lashley, Braun Strowman. Earlier in the day, it was announced that Daniel Bryan was going to be in it, but he got replaced by Sami Zayn for some reason. I think it was just a mistake, maybe a typographic error. I don't know. Fun Battle Royale, but I mean, it got started so goddamn late, and we know they don't run over anymore on USA, so, you know. I was happy that Rollins won. I said my picks were going to be either Rollins or Strowman. I'm happy that Rollins won. Maybe this is a legitimizer. Rollins beats, because, well, you know, maybe Rollins beats Lesnar in an actual match, because you know how WrestleMania played out, where
yeah, it was quick.
So maybe this is an actual match where he overcomes and wins the title. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not holding my breath on it, but on Lesnar having such a short reign, but maybe it's to draw the ratings, the views, the buys towards their second biggest pay-per-view of the year. They got to get Lesnar in there somehow, so maybe putting him in the title picture with the title. I don't know. I'm trying to think of ways where they're getting the title off of Lesnar, but I'm not holding my breath, man.
I mean, it is what it is at this point. I don't even care.
I'm happy that Seth did win the Battle Royal, though.
Oh yeah, me too.
So pretty good Monday Night Raw. SmackDown though, it was okay, but not great. You know who was okay? Kevin Owens was okay.
Kevin Owens is going to have to take the reins on SmackDown from now on.
How great was that town? Here a lot of people are bitching about the town hall. I kind of like the town hall because it set up some stuff. It set up Liv Morgan and Charlotte, which and it actually gave us a match with.
I need more accurate stunners though.
Yeah, that first cell was shit, but the second cell was right on though, man. Maybe that's why maybe that was not planned originally to stun him again, but let's get this right. It's so funny how you see the video editing throughout the night. Like you see only the stun, the end part of it, the first replay. Then you see the second time where they had it edited where he kicks to the gut and then cuts to the.
I'm just like, you know what? You got to hit it right on. Shane needs to get it together.
I said it on Twitter. I go, dude, you've had so many Stone Cold stunners, man. You should know.
Like you don't know how to do it.
I loved the slow motion instant replay of Owens coming up from behind on Shane.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was cool how they did that in slow mo.
They doing a lot of things in slow mo though.
Yeah. Cesaro and Black had a match. I thought, oh, hey, 50-50. This is where 50-50 booking makes sense. Oh, nope. Black wins. Okay, hey, I'm all right with that too. I still think we get. Well, I was like at this point in the show, I was like, oh, I still think we get Aleister Black and Randy Orton maybe at SummerSlam. Now, no. I mean, maybe Cesaro continue. Maybe Cesaro beats the shit out of him. Maybe this turns into like that best out of 7 thing, and Cesaro gets 2 wins. And other than that, I don't know what established star would you have Black beat at SummerSlam?
Let me see. He's on Raw, right?
SmackDown.
Well,
it doesn't fucking matter. The wild card's a joke. It doesn't matter who he's facing. There's got to be like an established star out there that he has to beat.
On SmackDown?
Or does he continue with Cesaro?
Nah, he didn't kick his head off twice.
Yeah. Well, I got list of WWE personnel. God, I don't want
Joe.
I don't want Joe to take that tank.
I'm just saying.
I thought Orton would have been perfect, but I mean Orton. Yeah. Orton for the Orton and Kofi has got so much history, though. I can't hate on that.
I don't know, dude.
What if it's Daniel Bryan?
Nah.
Oh, how good of a match would that be, though? Well, I wonder what Daniel Bryan's career-altering announcement was going to be. A lot of people thought 205 Live, and I'm like, oh, what if he's going to NXT? How fucking great would that be if he went to NXT?
I'm interested.
Speaking of interested, Nakamura's possible opponent at SummerSlam? Ali.
Yeah, I had a feeling that was going to happen.
Love it. I don't know. It's not official yet, but, I think we're playing towards that. So, as I said, I mean, from the Town Hall, Charlotte Flair, Liv Morgan, I thought this was going to be another Cedric Alexander, Drew McIntyre thing. Nope. Liv Morgan got beat. But hey, at least Liv Morgan's on TV, right?
Yeah, I'm happy with that. Shoot.
Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose told Ember Moon to go find a tag partner for their match. And, hey, I guess, it's not bad when you can get the champion to be your tag partner, huh?
Pretty much.
And the champion basically pegged Ember Moon to be her number 1 contender for SummerSlam. I'm okay with that, Bayley and Ember Moon. Is this the start of Bayley going heel?
I would love to see it.
Where do you put Ember in that? It's going to turn. It ain't going to be all roses and
somebody going to be the aggressor.
It ain't going to be roses and puppy dogs for 4 weeks. So, the New Day come out. Everybody's holding gold. So they're like African American leprechauns at the end of the rainbow.
I was here for it.
Daniel Bryan came out to make his career-altering announcement, but then he went back to the back, then came back out, then went to back to the back, came back out, and then he never announced anything. So maybe he had nothing to announce.
He's gonna have something to announce.
He was just trolling. But some people did have something to announce. That was Randy Orton, Elias, and Joe. They all wanted a shot at Kofi. Kofi says, well, you all can't face me at once. Let's have a six-man playa, as a little Teddy Long reference.
Player.
Randy Orton says, nah, I'm good. But then Kofi, as soon as Kofi talked shit to Orton, I knew that this was leading towards Orton and Kofi.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the Viper has gone limp. You don't talk about the Viper. I was not surprised with the Iconics taking the chicken shit way out against the Kabuki Warriors. Just stretches out to SummerSlam, you know.
Just get that shit over with. They haven't even defended titles like decently, period, on TV.
A guy that may benefit from Bischoff being in the fold, Apollo Crews, got a win against Andrade. A very quick win, too, by the way. So, and Kevin Owens and Dolph Ziggler went a little quicker, but then all the heels that kiss Shane's ass came out. And Kevin saw the writing on the wall. I was surprised as hell to see Kevin get out of that unscathed. I thought this was going to be the beatdown of KO right here.
So Stone Cold-esque.
And he got a stunner off and escaped. That was great. KO, I told you this is the revolution of KO right now. And he's good. He's good.
Good.
Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Lost in the Midcard. I'd like to thank SpiderDuck.net for being our host, enabling us to be on iTunes, Spotify, and any of your favorite podcasting apps. Just make sure that you do a search for Lost in the Midcard. That way you know every time a new episode comes your way, typically every Wednesday, but sometimes on a different day, like today, as we come out to you on a Thursday. You can also subscribe to us on the YouTube. The links to all that are on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Lost in the Midcard. Also on the Twitter at LITMC Podcast, where we also share a lot of great tweets from the wrestling world. I am on the Twitter at JB Huskers. Matt is on the Twitter at Raw F Showtime. Daryl is on the Twitter at No One Like D. And before we ride off into that sunset, Daryl, what are your final thoughts?
Love, peace, and chicken grease.
I would like some chicken. I haven't had dinner yet. So, for Daryl Bullock, this is Jeremy Bennett. Thank you for tuning in to Lost in the Midcard. Have a good one. We'll catch you next week.